Hello from SeaWorld. I'm at SeaWorld today because it is the opening weekend of Electric Ocean. SeaWorld is doing Electric Ocean this year. It's slightly modified, but simultaneously they are doing a Taste of the Seven Seas Food Festival. So there's quite a few reasons to be at SeaWorld today, and I'm excited. I'm hungry and I'm excited to see the light up the sky, fireworks. Let's head inside. It's still a bit of a process to head into SeaWorld because you have to do the temperature checks, which are now thermal temperature checks, which I think are interesting, and then head through security, through ticketing, and then inside the park. So a couple things real quick. One, SeaWorld is doing this event called Flicks and Fireworks, where it's a drive-in movie experience in the SeaWorld parking lot. It's $50 per vehicle or $40 for pass holders, and they've been doing it for a couple weekends. Second, I'm gonna head over here to these kiosks because I have a gold annual pass to SeaWorld, and due to the pandemic, they bumped everybody's passes up a tier. So I wanna see if I'm able to print my pass, if it'll just print a gold pass or if it'll print a platinum pass. So I was not able to upgrade my pass at that kiosk. So I'm gonna run over here to the full service ticket windows to see if maybe they can do it here or if it really even matters. I don't really know. All right, so I was bumped up to the next tier of SeaWorld annual passes. This is now a platinum pass, and if he reprinted it, I think it still would have said gold pass, so I didn't reprint it, but it is active as a platinum pass. Now I do have one more activity of housekeeping left to do. I'm gonna head over to guest relations because for today's event, the Taste of Seven Seas Food Festival event, I have two of these tasting lanyards, and this is the one from last year that I didn't get to, well, this year I guess technically, that we didn't get to finish. This is from last year that I still have a couple punches on. I wanna go see if I could potentially use those today. So I asked, and that lanyard is not valid unfortunately, but I still have the one from this year, from 2020, that I was not able to use. I wasn't able to use the one from last year because the last couple times I tried to come, there was inclement weather, so I wasn't able to go up to a booth to get food. So I just had a couple punches that I wasn't able to use, and I was just trying to use them, but it's okay because this event is only going on for a couple weeks, and I have 4 punches on here, so I don't really imagine I'll use more than that anyway. Also, I'm wearing my my Swedish fish sunglasses from that scavenger hunt that was at SeaWorld a while ago. That was a lot of fun. I think that's pretty much all my housekeeping that I need to do at the beginning of this. So I'm gonna go and actually eat some food at the festival at the one booth that they have for this weekend. Here comes Manta. That looks like a blast. Did not bring my GoPro this time, so I don't know if I'm gonna be riding any coasters. Maybe I will. You don't need a GoPro to ride a coaster and have a good time. So there's only a few selections of markets that they do have available for this event. The weekend that I'm here is the Italian market, next weekend is the North Atlantic market, and then the final weekend is the All-American market. So very limited selections here, but I don't know, I'm just kind of excited to finally use my lanyard again and just get that closure that I've been wanting. There are usually quite a few events to accompany Electric Ocean during the summer, but this year it's only sea lions tonight. That is the only show that is reminiscent of Electric Ocean that's going on, this and the fireworks. So again, it's very modified, but I'm excited that they're going to be doing it in some capacity. But I'm heading back over to the market, which should be behind the spice mill next to Mako in the back. All right, I've made it back to the Taste of SeaWorld Seven Seas Food Festival area. We have the Italian markets, the North Atlantic markets, and then the All-American markets. So we can get some meatballs, some fish and chips, some brisket nachos. Seems like quite a few good choices here, but this is all the way back in the back. I know it's super easy. There's the booth way over there. Sounds like Mako's about to come by. There it is. I decided to go and get the meatballs and the cannoli. And I think I'm gonna head over, there. It seems like a nice, quiet, relaxing spot to eat this. And here I am. I made it over to this spice mill over by the water. It is incredibly quiet over here and slightly more shaded than the food festival areas. Way over there and get a nice view of the water, of the new roller coaster, of Bayside Stadium over there. It sounds like they just started up the party music, so that's cool. So I guess there is some dancing and partying going on, but I'm gonna grab a table and then attack these guys. Okay, gonna go and try this meatball first. It looks delicious. This is very comforting. Okay, now it's time for the cannoli. Are you ready for this review? It's going to be riveting. Yum! That's good. Okay, for real, those were really good. I'm not very good at food descriptions. I like what I like, which is most things. But those meatballs were phenomenal. The tomato sauce was just perfect, and then that dessert cannoli was just a major thumbs up. They just paired so well, and I'm trying to be as strategic as possible. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because the dancers are right over here instead of being over by Bayside Stadium. It sounds like the DJs and the dancers are right over here, which that's pretty cool. But I'm trying to be strategic with what I get at the festival and the days that I do go, because it's just such a limited time event. So today was a must day for me to get those meatballs and that cannoli. So I don't normally come to SeaWorld during the weekends because that's when it's significantly more busy than a weekday, but these events are only going on during the weekends. The Seven Seas Food Festival, the Taste of the Seven Seas Food Festival, is Fridays through Sundays, but Electric Ocean is only Fridays and Saturdays. So I'm over by Mako now, and it's only a 15-minute wait, so I think I'm actually gonna get in line for it on a Saturday, a 15-minute wait. Not gonna film at this time, just going to enjoy the ride because Mako, it didn't start out this way, but Mako has definitely become one of my favorite roller coasters in Orlando to do. I didn't think it was that thrilling at first, but the more that I do it, the more I do find it incredibly thrilling. Okay, wait, I've never not found it thrilling. Just the lack of inversions always made it feel like a more mild roller coaster comparatively to other roller coasters, but it is fun, I think, for that reason, due to the lack of inversions and just the thrill that it brings. I love it. Okay, getting on to Mako right now. That took all of about 5 or so minutes. Okay, just got off of Mako. What a blast. That is just such a fun coaster, and I appreciate so much when it has a slow wait time. But now I am heading maybe off to Sea Lions tonight. It's about that time, so why not? So actually on my way over to the Sea Lion and Otter Theater, I have a little pit stop that I want to make. Some more housekeeping, as it was. I want to get my free magnet, so I guess as a pass holder, I'm able to get an exclusive walrus magnet. So I'm gonna go find a shop, I guess, that has it and get one. Well, that was easy because one of the 2 places that I can get my pass holder magnet allegedly is right here next to Mako at Finn's Gifts. Well, that was easy. I have never been in here before, so now I've finally been in here, and check it out. This is my SeaWorld pass holder walrus magnet. Isn't that fun? Let's see if it'll focus. There it goes. And this is over by where I got my cannoli and my meatballs earlier, but now I have plenty of time to make it over to the Sea Lion and Otter Theater. This is cool. That's where the dancers are hanging out, getting the crowd excited and energized for Electric Ocean. It looks like the Sea Lion and Otter Theater just opened up, so I can go find a spot and be about 15 minutes early. Hopefully I can find a good seat because I think I'm one of the first people in here, or among the first people. I can watch the show and then immediately go try to find a spot for the fireworks because those start in about an hour, and I'm probably gonna go on the bank over by the, I guess by the Bayside Theater. Whoops, I was not among the first people in the theater, not by a long shot. They might have pulsed people in here or some people in down through the bottom and then through the top because they definitely had a rope up at the top. But either way, the show starts in about 10 minutes. So this is super cool. The mime came out. I did not think he was gonna come out, and he did. And what's even more hilarious, his face mask is a mime mask. It's hilarious.
Look at my minute! It's SeaWorld. It's security! Hold it! Officer on SeaWorld security. I am here to make sure you are socially distancing on your SeaWorld bed. Now, I see you're wearing your mask. Great job. You, I guess your whiskers will do. Come on, buddy. Let's go check out Sea Lion. Hi!
Ladies and gentlemen, due to severe weather, Mako is temporarily closed. Yeah!
horses and extreme speed. You must be at least 54 inches tall to ride.
$30 for a plate of french fries and some chicken fingers. Oh yeah, there's orcas too.
And now I'd like to introduce you to our biggest, most beautifulest orca. This is Katina. Orcas are incredibly fast swimmers. Parts of them are brown, parts are white, or pink, I guess.
All done with sea lions tonight. That was a fun show. My group exited over by a shark encounter because they do have the Pulse exit theater for social distancing. Now I'm gonna head over to try to find a spot for Light Up the Sky. It was cool to see what was different about that show comparatively to last year because there were some new jokes. Actually, quite a few new jokes. It made me realize that I have not yet seen the new iteration of the Sea Lions High show called The New Class, and then I also have not seen the Orca Encounter, which is to replace the previous Orca show. The Orca show that used to be in this stadium was One Ocean, and it was one of my favorite shows at SeaWorld, but it has since been replaced by the Orca Encounter, which I believe focuses more on education and the relationship between trainers and the orcas under the care of SeaWorld. But it just made me realize that I need to watch these shows. And then one other thing about that show is that the Sea Lion show is that they made fun of some of the social distancing aspects and implementations here at the parks. It was, I mean, it was funny. It was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it was self-aware and it was in good humor, I thought. There was an orca show specifically for this stadium for Electric Ocean called Light Up the Nights, but it is not going on this year, which is definitely sad. But they used a lot of the music during the 4th of July fireworks, and I imagine that it's going to be a big part of the Light Up the Sky fireworks here in about half an hour. So I need to go try to find a spot, probably on the other side of Bayside Stadium. I could go over to Bayside Stadium to watch the fireworks, but I would like to try to find a spot, especially after the 4th of July fireworks. I want to try to find a spot in the grass over there so I can try to make it out of the park a little bit quicker. So I was going to head across the bridge to head over to try to find a spot for the fireworks, but the bridge was closed because the fireworks are starting in about 20 minutes. So I had to go all the way back, and I'm gonna have to head around Bayside Stadium to see if there is still a spot in the grass kind of over on the other side. That would be cool. That's kind of interesting. There's quite a few circles down there where you get a pretty nice view of the fireworks. It seems like a lot of people are electing to just casually sit in the stands. All right, and I found my spot for the fireworks, and this is pretty much what I envisioned, just being a little bit off the path from Bayside Stadium so I could try to get a head start on the crowds, because July 4th was a little bit difficult to get out of the parking lot, so I did not want to relive that situation, and I think I found a pretty good spot to watch the fireworks in about 15 minutes. And there it was, a light up the sky.
Light up the sky.
Time to head back to the car. So unlike the 4th of July fireworks, we are being sent back through the front entrance of SeaWorld. Seems like a pretty happy crowd. But it seems like everybody's trying to maintain some distance in between each other, maybe. Was not the biggest fan of the exit back there. That was kind of an uncomfortable pinch point, but I guess it's to be expected when the park exits for fireworks. Everybody leaves at the same time, so it's kind of hard to distance. So I'm now back in my car. I booked it back to the car to try to get out of the parking lot as fast as possible, and I did. So now I'm at a stoplight, just sitting here waiting to head home. That was a fun trip to SeaWorld. I got to use a few of my leftover punches from the 7 Seas Food Festival. I got to get a magnets. That was awesome. And then I got to watch the fireworks. I got to see sea lions tonight, the new version of the show, which I enjoyed a lot. Spent about 3.5 hours there, and it was a great time. And I was hesitant to go on a weekend with the amount of people that were there, and except for the exit out of the park, which is just problematic in its own, just in general, I guess. It was a good trip, and I had a good time, and I do want to go back to try to use the rest of my punches. But as for today, it was a good trip, and I hope you had fun hanging out with me. I had a good time going. I'll see you later. Have a good day, and goodbye.